Mark thought he had a normal marriage. Not perfect, but stable. He and his wife, Sarah, had been together for 7 years. They lived in a small, cozy home in a quiet neighborhood. Every morning started the same: coffee in the kitchen, a quick smile, and a soft "have a good day." To others, they looked happy. But lately, something felt off. Sarah had changed. She used to laugh at his jokes, hold his hand while watching TV, and talk about her day for hours. But now, things were different. She came home tired. She went to bed early. She barely spoke. At first, Mark didn't think much of it. She's just stressed, he told himself. Work must be hard. But then it became a pattern. Every night, the same words. I'm too tired. Too tired to talk. Too tired to sit together. Too tired to even look at him sometimes. One night, Mark sat alone in the living room, staring at the dark TV screen. Sarah had just walked past him without a word and gone straight to bed. No goodnight. No smile. Just silence. Mark felt something heavy in his chest. Not anger. Not yet. Just confusion. What's happening to us? He didn't know it yet. But the truth behind those simple words, I'm too tired, was about to change everything. Days turned into weeks, and the distance between them grew. Mark tried to fix things. He cooked dinner one night, bought her favorite flowers another, even planned a small surprise date at home. But nothing worked. Sarah smiled politely, but it felt forced. "Thank you," she said. Then, a few minutes later, "I'm really tired. I think I'll sleep." Again. The same words. Mark started to feel invisible. It wasn't just about being ignored. It was about feeling like he didn't matter anymore. One evening, while scrolling through his phone, Mark saw a photo on social media. Sarah. Laughing. Not tired. Not distant. Happy. She was with her best friend, Lisa. The caption read, "Best night ever." Mark stared at the screen, his heart sinking. How can she be so tired at home, but so full of life outside? That night, when Sarah came home, Mark finally asked, "Are you really okay?" Sarah avoided his eyes. "Yeah, just tired." There it was again. I'm too tired. But this time, Mark didn't believe it. And for the first time, a dark thought entered his mind. What if she's hiding something? Mark couldn't sleep anymore. His mind was full of questions. Is she lying? Is there someone else? Or, is it me? He started noticing things he had ignored before. Sarah texting late at night, turning her phone away, smiling at messages, but never sharing them. Every small detail felt like a clue. One afternoon, Mark made a decision. He would talk to Lisa. If anyone knew the truth, it would be her. When they met at a quiet cafe, Lisa looked surprised. "Mark, everything okay?" Mark hesitated. "I need to ask you something, about Sarah." Lisa's expression changed. "What about her?" Mark took a deep breath. "She says she's always tired, but I saw your photo. She looked happy. What's going on?" Lisa went silent. Too silent. Mark felt his heart start racing. "Lisa, please. I deserve to know." She looked down at her coffee, her hands shaking slightly. "I didn't think you'd find out like this," she whispered. Mark's chest tightened. "Find out what?" Lisa looked up at him. And in that moment, everything changed. Lisa took a deep breath. "Mark, Sarah isn't tired." Those words hit him like a punch. "Then what is it?" he asked, his voice barely steady. Lisa hesitated. "She's unhappy." Mark felt like the ground disappeared under him. "Unhappy? With what?" Lisa's eyes softened. "With the marriage." Silence. Heavy, painful silence. Mark shook his head. "No, that can't be true. She never said anything." Lisa sighed. "That's the problem, Mark. She tried, many times." Mark froze. "What do you mean?" Lisa continued gently. She felt alone. Even when you were there. She felt like you stopped listening. Like everything became routine.
Mark's mind flashed back.
The times he ignored her stories. The nights he chose his phone over conversation. The moments he said, "We'll talk later." Later never came. Lisa's voice broke his thoughts. She didn't cheat. She didn't lie about another man. She just stopped trying. And "I'm too tired" became easier than explaining the pain. Mark felt tears fill his eyes. All this time, he thought she was hiding something. But the truth was, she was hurting. Mark rushed home that evening. His heart was pounding. This time, he wasn't angry. He was afraid. Afraid of losing her. When Sarah walked in, she looked tired as usual. But before she could say anything, Mark spoke. "Don't say it," he said softly. Sarah looked confused. "Say what?" "Don't say you retired." Silence filled the room. Mark stepped closer. "I know the truth." Sarah's face went pale. "What truth?" "That you're not tired, you're unhappy." Tears filled her eyes instantly. She turned away. "I didn't want to hurt you," she whispered. Mark's voice broke. "But you're already hurting. And I didn't even see it." Sarah finally looked at him. "I tried, Mark. I really did. But you stopped listening. You stopped seeing me." Every word felt like a knife. Because it was true. Mark stepped closer, tears falling. "I'm sorry," he said. "I was there. But I wasn't with you." Sarah cried quietly. "I felt so alone." Mark gently held her hands. "You're not alone now. I'm here. And this time, I'm really here." That moment was their breaking point. Or their chance to heal. Things didn't fix overnight. Pain like that doesn't disappear in a day. But something changed. Mark started listening. Really listening. He put his phone away. He asked about her day, and stayed to hear the answer. He noticed the small things again. And Sarah? She slowly opened her heart again. One night, as they sat together on the couch, Sarah smiled softly. "I don't feel tired anymore," she said. Mark looked at her, emotional. "Why?" Sarah leaned her head on his shoulder. "Because I don't feel alone anymore." Mark closed his eyes, holding that moment close. He finally understood something powerful. Sometimes, "I'm too tired" doesn't mean exhaustion. It means, "I'm emotionally drained. I feel unseen. I've given up trying." And the truth is, relationships don't break because of big fights. They break because of small silences, missed moments, and unheard feelings. But they can also be rebuilt. With attention. With effort. With real presence. Because in the end, love isn't about being there. It's about truly seeing each other. The end.